Good morning kids, and how are you? Today we are going to talk about the book. The objectives that we are going to cover in this session are: identify the parts of a book, identify the characters of a book. This is a storybook. We are going to read this story. The title of this story is Little Red Riding Hood. Let's begin.
Riding Hood lived in a wood with her mother. One day, Little Red Riding Hood went to see her granny. She had a nice cake in her basket. On her way, Little Red Riding Hood met a wolf.
"Hello,"
said the wolf.
"Where are you going?"
"I'm going to see my grandmother. She lives in a house behind those trees."
The wolf ran to Granny's house and ate Granny up. He got into Granny's bed. A little later, Little Red Riding Hood reached the house. She looked at the wolf.
"Granny, what big eyes you have!"
"All the better to see you with,"
said the wolf.
"Granny, what big ears you have!"
"All the better to hear you with,"
said the wolf.
"Granny, what a big nose you have!"
"All the better to smell you with,"
said the wolf.
"Granny, what big teeth you have!"
"All the better to eat you with,"
shouted the wolf. A woodcutter was in the wood. He heard a loud scream and ran to the house. The woodcutter hit the wolf over the head. The wolf opened his mouth wide and shouted,
"Oh!"
and Granny jumped out. The wolf ran away, and Little Red Riding Hood.
Now let's discover the parts of the book. This is the cover, and this is the title, and these are the images. Now let's talk about the characters of a story. The characters of a story are the people or animals you meet in a story. In the story of the Little Red Riding Hood, the Little Red Riding Hood is the character of the story. In the story of the Ugly Duckling, the ugly duck is a character in the story. In the story of Cinderella, Cinderella is a character in this story. Now kids, let's do some practice. Match each character to its book. I am waiting your work. Goodbye. Now kids, choose a book you have at home and tell me the parts of this book.